Jacob, there's two arguments to be made. One, Nico's really hitting his stride, but against slightly lesser opponents. I respect Vanderbilt. I do.
Sure.
The other side is he's just absolutely out there in a rhythm. Tell me what you think about those two options.
I don't know, man. It's weird. I feel like the whole season you see just amazing glimpses and you see him string full games together. And that's for sure something that is tough to do at quarterback. But like, I think, you do see him put a complete game together here and there. And I think when the expectation is through the roof, right? I think that he kind of has to be that, right? And he kind of has to step up to that and he has to perform in that regard. But, um, whether it's a drop off in competition or not, I don't necessarily think that that's the case. Obviously, you see Vanderbilt play some pretty close games with some pretty good teams, and you see him beat some pretty good teams. And, truly, I think, and we talked about it, Vanderbilt was no slouch this year. I think that once we kind of started rolling on them, it kind of, it all seemed like it kind of shut down, and it was very much our game from that point on. But I mean, you saw the fire, you saw the intensity, you saw, opening kickoff, whatever, take it back, and then they scored pretty quick. And I think it's just amazing to see a guy like Nico at his age, with his experience, to step in and say, man, like, literally, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Let's drive down the field. Let's put one in the end zone. Get everybody to settle down. More than half the people in the stands are probably Tennessee fans anyway. So it's not like, I think that we talk about home field advantage, right? I think that has a big thing to deal with it. But, man, I was just happy to see him bounce back. And it, again, wasn't anything that he did. So I don't know why he would have felt down about being down 14-0 pretty quick. But that's very, very promising, in my opinion, for a young quarterback to handle that game the way that he did.
At his lowest point, because I was told that he does take losses very hard, which everybody does to some extent.
Sure.
But at his lowest point, I mean, how concerned were you just about his psyche?
That, truthfully, like, this is total honesty. Like, I never doubted his physical ability, right? And I don't think you should. I don't think anyone should. I think that he is an amazing quarterback, and I think that he has proven that. I think it is maybe sometimes hard to tell, like, how to read him. You know what I mean? I think he wears his emotions on his sleeve in a way, but, I never feel uneasy about him. Like, I never just worry about him. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's just, again, because I'm a young man who, whatever, that's not just normal for us to worry about our friends. But I'm never concerned about where he is mentally. Like, I think that he does for sure go through some things, and you could kind of see it on his face. But no, man, I'm not sure. Honestly, at his lowest, who knows when it was. But I don't know, man. I think he's got a great support system, and I've always said that. I think his family's amazing. I think the people around him in the building are amazing, and the team has really accepted him. So anytime you see him stumbling, man, there's always people to pick him up, and that's what matters.
So how much do you think Nico getting a little more confident? I saw a little moxie in him on Saturday, Jacob, that I've never seen from him before.
He got up in his grill, baby. Come on.
Yeah. He did. Did you ever see that from Nico? He seemed like a very much like and I'm glad I saw, because the thing that always concerned me about Nico is, I'll give you, just to run it down for you, Jacob. I'm a big Titans fan. And my issue with Marcus Mariota, and the thing I felt always held Mariota back, was he just didn't have any moxie to do anything beyond just what he was told to do.
Just that fire. Yeah.
Does Nico have that moxie to say, coach may say something, and rather than say, yes, sir, he says, no, F that, I'm doing it this way.
Right. A guy that comes in and is one of the top quarterback recruits in his class, one of the top recruits in general in his class, like, comes in and with the amount of humility and everything that he displays, it's amazing to see him get a little bit fired up. And, the guy probably said something to him, and don't get me wrong, like, the guy was not in the wrong. Like, John Campbell came up and just let him have a shoulder check. He's getting pushed around our team. Like, you're not going to just deal with that, right? But to see your quarterback, like, give it, and he's not trying to pull people away. Like, he's being smart, but he's getting right there in it with you, man. And I think that spoke a lot to me. Like, it fired me up, man. Like, I started laughing on the couch just because I just, you've seen that competitive edge from him all along, and it's like I just want that to come out. And for sure, as he's building more confidence, it is coming out, and he's showing that side of just his swagger, his charisma. But I mean, you look at the guys that he's watched, right? He watched Hendon Hooker, who might have the most charisma and swagger of any quarterback I've ever met, and the most fire. Like, we're sitting there pre-snap, and he's like talking crap to people, like yelling at people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he watches that, and then he watches Joe Milton, who we all know does not lack any charisma, does not lack any type of, confidence, and just will tell you exactly how it is. Like, these are guys he's watched, looked up to for the past 2 years. And so, like, yeah, like, that's what he knows to be the quarterback at Tennessee, is someone that, man, makes plays, puts his team in the right spot, handles tragic situations, and lets people know that, yeah, like, we are Tennessee. We wear the T with pride, man, and we're going to defend it, 10 toes. So I don't know. I'm rambling, but it was awesome to see him kind of have that energy and just that spark.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to pick just one of these two terms, and it's our poll question. If people want to vote, they can. Nico is a BA, a bad, you know what, or smooth. You have to pick one of the two.
Nico, man, he's smooth, bro. Like, truly, like, I don't think that there's any deliberation. He's just, that's all his game, bro. The way he runs, the way he talks, the way he just handles himself, the way he carries himself. He's a Cali boy, and he's just smooth, man. So I had to go Nico Suave. That's a new one for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
you like that one?
I don't think Dave knows Rico Suave.
Okay. I do too. Yeah, that's more of my age. That was like 94, I believe.
Yeah, that's something my dad would say. So whatever.
Oh, wow. That makes me feel really old. Okay, well, I want to ask you about one other guy, and that's Jeremiah Telander. When you watch him, do you feel like he's anywhere close to his potential? I know he was thrown in there because of the Keenan Peely deal, and I hated that for Keenan, who I thought was going to have a fantastic year. But when you watch Telander, do you feel like that he's close to his potential, or he still have a ways to go from scheme and just headiness standpoint of understanding the game?
So this is I am not the best at like necessarily judging linebacker play, right? So I don't know if he's in the right gaps. I don't know if he's in the right coverage, in the right drops. Like, who knows, right? What I do know about Jeremiah Telander, is plays with his hair on fire at all times, right? Like that. This is something that we all the tight ends found out pretty quick, is if you're not careful, you're gonna get a chin full. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you're playing him, so I think the way he plays the game allows him sometimes to maybe mess up, maybe be around gas, maybe not be as sound as he should be, but he makes up for it in a lot of his just knack for fitting the gap and exploding through the hole and finishing with a tackle, or just kind of plays with a lot of just fire and just ambition. As we all know, that can kind of get you in trouble sometimes, right? If you are wrong and you don't make the play, like, that's not great, right? And I'm not saying that, again, being judgmental of him or anything, but I personally love the way he plays the game, and I think he needs to continue to play the game. And eventually, hopefully, he gets to the point where, yeah, he is just that tried and true, like, can trust everything he does. A good example, like, I think Arian Carter, right? AC. I think the way he was able to step up and the way he was elevated into almost Keenan's position to be the guy that's like, everybody's going to look at him, to be so young and to be able to just perform like that. Takes a super, super special talent and a super special player. And again, I think that they are very, very different players, but I think that they complement each other. And I think as you're trying to find that second linebacker, you rotate Jalen Smith a lot, you rotate Caleb Perry some, obviously Jeremiah Telander. As you kind of work in those spots, I think Telander for sure gives you something super special, just with his physicality and just with the way that he plays the game. Just a madman. So not a single bad thing to say about him, man. He'll grow and he'll learn and he'll be in the right spots when he needs to be very, very soon.
Jacob, we're going to update the poll question here. But before we do, tell us again about Peak IV hydration.
Yeah, man, they're trusted. It's for sure something that I trust. If you care anything about what I think, it's for sure something that I am all about. And I think that again, hydration is key. Hydration is the way to lose weight. It's the way to gain weight. It's the way to honestly just feel your best at all times. And again, Dave loves the patches. I don't know if Caleb loves the patches, but I know Dave loves the patches. Go take a look, man. Read about them. See if it's something that could work for you. Great energy, great hydration. Can't beat it.
Great stuff. Jacob Warren, thank you, sir. Have a blessed rest of your day and rest of the week. And I'll give you an opportunity to make a prediction here.
Okay.
Tennessee will host Ohio State, or Ohio State will host Tennessee, or neither.
My prediction is that Tennessee will host Ohio State. And that's what I'm hoping for, because we got a family dinner that night and I want to go to the game. So,
well, if they can make your schedule better, I'm sure the college football playoff
I'm sure they'll consider it, right?
Yeah. Like, no, we're watching Off the Hook Sports today, and listen to what Jacob said.
Do they know who I am, man? Come on.
Yeah, they do. All right, Jacob. Again, buddy, have a blessed day. We really appreciate your time, and look forward to growing with you. And you're doing some work also, and I almost forgot this, with Triple F Training. If you can tell us about that.
Yeah, quick plug. Triple F Elite Sports Training. It's kind of just a tag now. Triple F Elite Sports, man. It's a gym. It's a privately owned gym in Knoxville, Tennessee. Owned and operated by Lee Smith. Lee Smith is former NFL player, a mentor of mine, big brother of mine, that truly has helped me just make huge strides in my game, but also kind of understand this process of transitioning from football into regular life. He has a very special place, in my heart to me, and I'm working with them now. So I'm trying to just, make calls and make connections and just try to get people to come and just experience what it's like to train like a pro. That's kind of our tag. And so if you got young kids, we do youth fitness classes after school. So if you got young kids that are interested in sports, basketball, baseball, football, wrestling, soccer, doesn't matter, gymnastics, softball, man, give me a shout. We could figure something out here, and maybe I get this number in the chat. And then next time, we can talk about it.
Number in the chat. Do you mean put your number in the chat?
Yeah, I'll leave it. Hold on. I'll say it right now. 865-297-2490. If you got questions, text me, call me. Would love to answer it. Man, we want to create a new generation of great athletes in the Knoxville area, and that's what we're out to do.
All right, buddy. Appreciate
Jacob
you.
Warren's not familiar with Mike Jones. A little too young. You're a little too young for that. In 2005, Mike Jones. You must have been 3, 4 when he got big.
I was probably 4. I was probably about 4.
Okay, well, he put his cell phone number in a song, and wasn't the smartest move on his part.
I think I was 31 at the time. All right, Jacob, we appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
See y'all.